How did you get to the US? The change.
It was hard because they used to make fun of me to the point where I had to start bleaching.
What? Big thank you to Dr. Paul Amissah for joining me on the Diaspora Conversation Podcast. When you got to the US, how was it?
Some people feel like you don't belong there. When you are black and you're a doctor, they make fun of your skin color. They will make fun of your accent. Personally, having an American accent wasn't my goal.
What do you think Ghana can learn from the US?
Ghana favors two people, the rich and those with power.
And that's how we've been brought up. So what are we supposed to do different?
You don't have to travel to make it.
How can we change that narrative?
It's hard for Ghanaians to accept change. I lost trust and faith. For me, I come to Ghana to look for problems. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 50 years from now, what are we going to remember you for? I need to do something that will cement my name.
Let's take it back to young Paul Amissah, back in Uganda, Opokuwari. Did you always know that you wanted to be a doctor?
Yes. It all started when I went to Komfo Hospital. I had an ear infection, and then when I
How old were you? Do you remember?
I think I was 8.
You were 8, okay.
Yeah, I was 8, and when I went, the doctor there, she was actually a white woman.
Okay.
She was very caring. It was before that I used to play soccer. I was really good in soccer. So
you thought you were going to be a footballer?
Yeah, I thought I was going to be a soccer player. But
okay.
Once I saw her and I gained the inspiration from her, I was mixing both. So I was playing and then I was also studying all the time as well.
Okay.
So I can become a doctor. So
okay, so you knew by the age of 8, you knew that this is what you wanted to do.
Yes.
And why a doctor? Was she a doctor or was she a nurse?
She was a doctor.
Okay, she was a doctor.
Yes.
What happened? How did you get to Uganda?
I never actually went to Uganda.
Okay.
So I went to Martyrs of Uganda.
What is that?
Martyrs of Uganda is a school. It's located in Santasi.
Yes. Why is it owned by a Ugandan? Why is it called Uganda?
So I think they drew inspiration from, I think it was 3 people, they went to Uganda and then they were killed. So they named the school after them. So it's a Roman Catholic school.
So were you sad when the Pope died?
I used to be a Catholic. My grandmother, and then I lived with my uncle. He was Pentecostal. So I started going to the Church of Pentecost.
So you didn't cry when the Pope died?
It was sad, but I didn't cry.
Okay. So how was Opokuwari?
Opokuwari school was fun.
Okay.
I remember my class, because I wanted to be a doctor, I did science.
Okay.
And we had 5 science classes.
Okay.
And I remember being in the class, and in my class, the one with the lowest grade in the BC was 8-1s. Yeah, so it was almost all smart people.
Wow.
You could get a 90 and you would still be like 20th in the class.
Are you serious?
Yes. So we had to study a lot.
Wow. So it's a good school then?
It was good. I don't know if it's still good now because of the whole reshuffling, free education thing. But back when I was a student, it was very good.
It was good, yeah.
Yes.
But they say that Ghana, there's a lot of like chew and pour rather than, really kind of delving into experience and stuff like that. People just chew it and then they pour it out and then that's it. It's kind of gone.
Chew and pour is a good thing because before you can master everything, you need to build a foundation. And with the foundation, you need to master the theory. The problem with us is when it comes to the practical part, you don't have the tools. Okay. For example, when I was at Opokuwari, my physics lab barely had anything. But when I went to the US, my physics lab had almost everything that I needed to study physics. I had my own cadaver. Cadaver is a dead body. So we all had our cadavers. So you take, we start from back, lower extremity, head and neck. So you are reading the book, you are dissecting. Right. So whatever you are reading, you are seeing it in real life. So it made it much easier to actually visualize and understand what you were studying.
You've said in the past, the greatest legacy is investing in people.
Yes.
Why do you say that?
I personally believe we all came here for a purpose. And that purpose was to leave a long-lasting legacy. So how do you even define that legacy? Is 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 50 years from now, what are we going to remember you for? If I don't do anything else besides doing surgery, maybe the people I did surgery on, they're going to remember me.
Right.
But 50 years from now, is anyone going to remember me? I don't think so. So I believe by investing in people, you are leaving a long-lasting legacy, something that your future generations will be proud of. I mean, I'll be happy if I was a descendant of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, because if I'm looking for a job and I tell them, hey, my great-great-grandfather is Kwame Nkrumah, I'm sure it will open more doors for me. So I truly believe true legacy is not in material things, it's not in cars, but it's actually investing in people.
It's amazing. Tell us about your journey to the US.
When I was at Opokuware, I knew I wanted to be a doctor, but I also felt like I wouldn't get a better education in Ghana. So
why did you feel that way?
Because before we went to Opokuware, we went for our practicals. We had to do physicals and stuff like that. And to be honest, the doctor literally just filled it without even touching me.
Right.
And he was doing it for everyone. To me, that was weird because it made no sense to me. As a doctor, you're actually supposed to access me and make sure there is nothing wrong with me. What if I have cardiomyopathy? What if I have some, at least check my blood pressure, at least, do EKG, do something, so you can find something. There are conditions that are like camouflage. You actually have to do tests to find out they exist. So when he did that, I was like, and he would charge you and then he would fill it for you and then you go home. So I lost trust and faith. So even when I was in school, my whole goal was to just leave the country and go somewhere else where I can actually learn something much better than just filling out piece of paper and handing it to students. So that's what drove my inspiration.
But then that means we've lost the talent. I mean, we're losing a lot of talent. We've lost the talent like yourself that could have been groomed here.
As a matter of fact, when you travel out there, which I'm pretty sure you know about, Ghanaians are very gifted. We are Nigerians. We are everywhere. In every academia field, everywhere we are there. The reason we leave the country is because of the support system is not too strong. But I believe we need to come back. I'm very fascinated by this bridge in New York. It's called the George Washington Bridge. Even though it scares me a lot, because they have a tall building on the bridge. It's a bridge and then there is a tall building and people actually live in this building.
Do they?
Yes, it looks like an apartment. So every time I drive under that bridge, I have to drive fast because it scares me. And I heard the person who designed that bridge is Ghanaian.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's a Ghanaian man. And this person probably hasn't done anything. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. But I think our goal is to go out there, gain more knowledge, and come back and contribute that quota to the development of the nation. Whatever that we learn out there, we need to come back and implement it on the people. It's hard for Ghanaians to accept change, but we have to keep pushing it. And I'm pretty sure with time, the mindset will change. And once the mindset changes, the door will be open for us to come back.
So when you got to the US, how was it? The change?
It was hard.
Yeah?
It was hard. Basically, when I left Opokuware, I still had a year left. Because my goal was to quickly study fast. I wanted to join the science and math team. So I studied way ahead of time.
Wow.
So I wanted to take off deck and just leave. So by the time I was done with second year, I had already finished the syllabus. Because if you don't, then you can't get into the quiz team. Yes. So at that point, I was way advanced. But unfortunately, I was going to turn 18. And because my dad was a citizen in America, if I went before 18, I would become a citizen. So I had to leave even before finishing up. But it was hard because I needed to finish high school there. And, being African, it was hard because, one, they make fun of your skin color. The first thing that they did. It was so bad.
But even though they're black, or was it just white people?
It wasn't even the white people. It was mostly the black people, African Americans.
Wow.
And other Africans. They will make fun of you. They will make fun of your accent. They will tell you that.
But they're not the same skin tone.
But they know when you are fresh.
You're fresh from the boat.
Even me personally, when someone comes and I see them, I know they literally just got there.
Okay. So, Johnny just come.
Yes. Just based on, I don't know, there is just something about this, the look, everything you just know. So they used to make fun of me to the point where I had to start bleaching.
What?
Yeah, I literally had to start bleaching just so I can, look lighter.
Oh my God.
I had to buy permanent cream to look more Latino.
No way.
Yeah, it was that bad. But the tide turned. When finally I became, we took a state exam, I had the highest score. So right from there, my picture was on there for the student of the month. From there, I became the best student. So now everybody started respecting me, and people started coming to me for help and stuff like that. That's when I
Did you
gained my
charge them? I
confidence.
think it's all charge off. We should have charged them.
Yeah, but it helped me to gain my confidence back because everyone wanted to sit for me. Everyone wanted to, all the teachers loved me and everything. So that's what really saved my life over there.
So there's like racism amongst ourselves, even in the
Among
US.
ourselves. And it mostly comes from African Americans and Africans themselves. Because I went to teach as well in high school.
Okay.
After college, I went to teach, and they will make fun of your accent. For me personally, having an American accent wasn't my goal. My goal was to study, get my material down, get my degree. So having that American accent was never part of me. But people will make fun of you, the students. When you talk, they talk back and they make fun of it. So it sucks. But it's mostly our fellow Africans who were born there who make fun of you. But I hope all that changes very soon. Especially.
Have you seen that change? Have you seen?
I haven't been to high school, so I don't know if it's still happening.
What about in the workplace?
In the workplace, it's hard because generally when you are black and you're a doctor, some people feel like you don't belong there. You're not supposed to be there, but you are there. So no matter what you do, it's not gonna impress them. But the point is, it's the same head, it's the same brain we all possess. You just have to study, and get a skill.
Right. So let's talk about you being a foot and ankle surgeon. Why that particular surgery?
Because they don't die.
Okay.
I mean,
I love that. Okay.
My patients don't die.
Okay.
If I did neurosurgery, which is also very hard to get into, what are the chances of successfully doing a brain surgery? 50-50. Cardiothoracic surgery, working on the heart. I was also an athlete. I played soccer.
Okay.
I took my high school to the state championship.
Oh.
Yes. So I was very good. So I liked, sports. So I feel like with foot and ankle surgery, I'm able to repair fractures. So every time someone breaks their ankle, tib, fib, foot, any bone, I'm able to fix it. And to me, the day I fix it, they're able to go home. It doesn't even take 2 or 3 days. Okay. I do the surgery, you go home. And I like that aspect instead of, doing surgeries that patients will make it.
What's the hardest surgery that you think you've had to do?
Oh, the hardest surgery I had to do, it was actually a series of surgeries.
Okay.
It started from 9 p.m. This guy comes, he jumps from a tall building in Brooklyn. He wanted to commit suicide. So he comes in, ankle is fractured, I go in, because the first thing you want to do is to reduce it first, put a splint on it, and then prep for surgery.
Right.
But then he was complaining of pain. And if a patient starts complaining of pain out of proportion, and then they start complaining of paresthesia, which is tingling, then you suspect something that we call compression syndrome. And it's a medical emergency. If you don't take the patient to surgery right away, they will lose their leg.
Wow.
They will end up with below-knee amputation. So we did the surgery. Right after, we got a call, gunshot wound.
Hey.
We take him in, we do the surgery. And then and this is 20 a.m.
My goodness.
And then another patient comes in with a nail stuck all the way through the foot, and we had to take her in as well and take the nail out. So overall, it was around 3-4 a.m. when we finished those surgeries, and I was so tired. And I had to go to academics in the morning. So it's not like you sleep, you have to study, prepare, and go for academics as well. That was the longest night. Yeah, but overall, it's mostly pretty chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had to cut anybody's foot off?
Oh, I do that once every week at least.
No way.
At least once every week because of diabetes. Because when you have high sugar, it actually destroys your nerves. So with time, you start feeling this tingling sensation. That's a classical sign of diabetic neuropathy. So people like that, because they've lost sensation, something cuts them, they don't feel it.
They don't feel it.
And then it becomes a wound. They are chilling, they are like, okay, they are putting things on it. But bacteria, they love glucose. Because there is sugar in the blood, they love it, they infect you. So by the time they come to us, it's already infected. There is gangrene, there is pus. They are probably septic. which means it's a medical emergency, so we have to amputate them. So it happens a lot more than we can think of.
Wow. So that means there's a lot of diabetes in our community, our Black people.
Oh, yes, it's actually more common among Black people, and it's mostly because of lifestyle.
Okay.
We tend to have low social economic status, so we are the ones who barely get any checkup done due to historical reasons. But diabetes is like the seventh leading cause of death, and it's more deadly than cancer or anything I can think of.
My goodness.
Yeah, it's very prevalent, very common.
Goodness. So are you educating people as you are seeing them?
Oh,
as
yes.
much as possible?
Yeah, and most diabetic patients are the most non-compliant people you can ever think of.
They don't want to listen.
They don't listen. And it's funny because they come, you cut a toe. Next time they come, you have to do transmetatarsal amputation, which is a TMA.
Okay.
Next time, they don't take care of themselves. Then you do Chopin's amputation, which is right at the ankle. They come again and you have to go all the way below the knee. And then in 4 years, they die.
Oh my goodness.
It's like a sequence.
Stages.
It's stages. And it happens all the time. They are the most non-compliant people.
Goodness.
And once you get diabetes, it just starts going down the drain because your kidneys will become affected. Your eyes become affected. Every part of your body, your heart.
When you look at our food, especially African food, it's all sugar. Jollof rice, wache, kinke, bordie, like plantain. Everything is sugar.
Yes.
And that's how we've been brought up.
Lifestyle modification. You can eat the food, but you need to exercise. You need to work out, you know. And when we talk about the sugar, every food has sugar. So that sugar we refer to is called glucose.
Yeah.
So even when you drink tea, you have glucose. Everything we eat, the body converts to glucose. And that glucose is converted into ATP, something that is energy. And your heart needs it, your brain needs ATP. So that sugar helps us. But like you said, too much of everything is bad. And we need to cut down on the carbs a lot. You know, those starch, eat more greens, which we are not, used to eating, but eat more greens. Even me, I don't like eating those greens. We like the jollof, we like the
With the plenty.
with the plenty spices. But we need to eat more veggies and fruits and veggies, and exercise more.
How do you think your biomedical science has helped you in your journey, especially when it comes to like entrepreneurship?
My biomedical science was actually to pave the way for me to teach in the university.
Okay, that's what you studied to be able to come to the US?
Yes.
Okay.
When I finished my undergrad, I did my master's in biomedical science to help me in case I wanted to teach. I will not just be stuck in high school because it helped me to be able to merge into university, colleges, and teach there as well. So, but in terms of my entrepreneurship, it hasn't really contributed anything, but it's helped me to broaden my knowledge to be able to teach beyond the high school level. So, for example, if I want to teach medical students or whatever, I have a master's degree as well, besides the doctorate, so it helps a lot.
Looks like Africans, we like to study. We keep on studying.
It's part of our genes. So that's what we grew up knowing, just studying. And it's helpful in the long run.
Definitely. What do you think Ghana can learn from the US and vice versa?
For me, I come to Ghana to look for problems so I can find solution to these problems. And it's very easy to find the solutions by looking at how it's being solved in the US, right? For example, recently I was involved in an incident where I had to take the patient here in Ghana. I took the patient to the hospital, Yeboah Hospital, no x-ray. And then we went to the police hospital, no x-ray. After 8, they didn't have x-ray. X-ray is supposed to be 24 hours because trauma happens. People are gonna get accidents, be involved, and we don't have this here. These are things that work. So if you have the money, what do? You realize that, okay, this is a problem. How about you come invest in x-ray machines, MRI, CAT scan? It could be a very viable, tangible business.
And you'll be helping the community
You're helping the community as well. And now you don't need to be a radiologist to even read x-ray. As I'm talking to you, my team, we've developed AI that can interpret x-rays, MRI, CAT scans, everything, ultrasound.
My goodness.
Yes. So once you give the image to the AI will just tell you what's going on and then tell you the treatment plan and everything.
I think towards the end of last year, my aunt was in the hospital. She needed x-ray. The hospital that she was in didn't have x-ray. So we had to book our own ambulance and took her to a different hospital to have x-ray. So you're right. There is an opportunity actually for somebody to set up just imaging, right? Imaging, x-rays, and it would be a really good business for somebody to come and do that here. You touched on AI as well. How do you feel about AI? I know you've set up Qwesi AI,
Yes.
which we'll talk about. But do you think that AI is going to knock down jobs? People are not going to be able to have jobs. Like, how do you feel about AI in the long run?
AI is here to make life easier, not to replace humans. We create the AI. I mean, we give him the knowledge. The AI I have built, my team have built, we call it Quasi AI. He's like a child. You ask him basic questions and he's giving you weird answers. We have to train him. Is this AI gonna be better than me? No. So the whole point of this AI is to make life easier for us. For example, if we have this AI who can read X-rays, you don't have to wait for the radiologist to come and read it for you.
But then the AI is taking jobs.
No, it's not taking jobs. It's still the human who will take the X-ray. So there is always going to be a human. We do robotic surgeries. We operate the robots to do the surgery. Is the robot going to replace us? No, because there is always a human behind AI. So AI is to make life easier. For example, you were talking about Chiu and Paul. Everyone learns differently. So my team, we came up with Quasi AI, which is an edtech. What it does is once they give you the lecture notes, instead of you reading through all the notes, the AI scans and gives you the summary of the notes.
Summary, okay.
Then the AI can convert that file into flashcards for you. Is it replacing your knowledge? No, it's helping to make learning easier. So now you go through that flashcard.
But do you think that's not making us lazy?
It's making us more efficient because some people, like I was telling you when I was at Opokuware, so what separated the first 10 people in the class was maybe 1 or 2 questions. Whoever was first in the class had a high level of mastery, and it's called personalized learning. For example, the person who was probably in the middle of our class just learned something, but they didn't grasp the whole concept.
Right.
But with AI, it can help you hone on your weaknesses. So basically, once you are learning these flashcards, it's telling you, hey, you are good here. You don't have to keep reading this part. You need to focus on your weaknesses.
Okay.
Once you can focus on that weakness, it becomes your strength, and you won't have any weakness. And to me, it's helping you gain mastery of the material instead of just learning and leaving some information out. Because when you're a doctor, you can't leave anything out.
Yeah.
You are learning to help someone. That is why a lot of doctors go to medical school. It's very hard. School is hard. And they learn and they chew and pour and, they come out and they still have to depend on certain things to know the diagnosis and stuff. But AI is not here to replace us.
Okay.
It's just like when cell phones were coming, people thought it was going to be the end of the world. When internet was coming, they thought it was going to be the end of the world. AI is not going to be the end of the world. It's here to make life much easier.
Okay. All right. So talk about Qwesi and why you came up with that vision to set up Qwesi AI.
So Qwesi AI is a voice-first AI that helps people find jobs and also investors. One thing I realized is in the US, everyone is building. I've been looking for problems in the US. By the time I think about a problem, I'll go online and almost 1,000 people are already
Doing it.
You barely find, there are still problems, but people are working on those problems. But in Ghana, how many people are working on our problems? The reason people are working on problems in the US is because we have investors who are ready to give you the money.
You're talking about solving issues,
Yes.
right? And you mentioned something about
Parking
issues. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's actually a parking company. It's called Park For Me. So basically what we are doing is solving parking crisis in New York.
Okay.
Mostly a lot of people, when they come home from work, they are not able to find empty parking spots. So we need to come up with a solution to that.
But I get what you're saying. I think it's a fantastic idea.
Yes.
But let's not talk too much about it before somebody takes the idea. But I think what you're doing with Qwesi, especially matching investors with ideas. So that's what you're doing, right?
Yes.
With Ghana especially.
Yes.
And I see that you're wearing Qwesi AI.
Qwesi AI.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So tell us about the matching of investors with local talent and proposals that they may have.
I've known this for a long time, that Ghana favors 2 people, the rich and those with power or influence. If you don't fall within that category, life is gonna
Difficult.
be difficult. And In Ghana, it's all about who you know. Not just in Ghana, Africa, everywhere, but it's more common in Africa. It's all about who you know. And because it's so hard, there is someone somewhere who has an idea building something, but they don't know how to connect with someone like you. And I feel like with AI, it should be easier. Everyone has access to phone, right? It's not everyone who have access to the internet. If you have access to phone, so what we did was we created this AI called Qwesi, because my name is Qwesi.
Okay.
So what this AI does is it's a phone number, you call him.
Okay.
And then when you call him, he will ask you who you are, you introduce yourself, and you tell him what you are doing, whatever you are building. And you tell him, when you tell him, he will just tell you to pitch the whole idea. What problems are you solving? What do you need? And then you tell him you need an investor to help you. Then he will look in his network of investors, and then he will match you with an investor who is looking to invest in that area you are building. It's hard because in Ghana, we don't have a lot of investors. In the US, we have millions of investors, but here it's hard. So this is going to take a while for us to get it down, because we need people with the money who are willing to invest, to register, to join us. And once they join us, they become part of Qwesi's network. So when someone is looking for an investor, Qwesi will just find it in his network and connect that person. So with this, it shouldn't be hard. For example, let's say Dr. Kwame Osei Despite is part of Qwesi AI and our network, and he's looking to invest in someone who is solving traffic light crisis. Someone has built a solution to this crisis, and then they introduce themselves to Qwesi. Qwesi will literally just introduce them to Dr. Kwame Despite. So that way they don't have to go through all the loops,
Right.
It will be just
meeting
easy. Exactly. And you are a high profile person, and it's not easy to just respond to everyone. Because I'm sure every day you are receiving thousands of
I'm sure
emails.
he receives a lot.
A lot, yes. But with Qwesi, investors will willingly register with him. So when he comes in, they know that he's coming with someone who is credible, someone who has tangible solution to an idea. So the chances that they will respond is high. If they say yes, Qwesi will integrate, connect. If they say no, Qwesi will notify the person that unfortunately he's not ready to meet now, but maybe in the future you can try again, and he will reach out again on your behalf.
Okay. We'll talk about integrity. How does Qwesi AI resolve that issue? That if the person has a proposal for Denta and I'm interested, how do I know that person is credible? That if I do fund, they're going to use it for the purpose?
What we do is we do a lot of background check on the startups. One, you need to be a registered startup, which means you have to be registered as a legal business in Ghana. So that gives you a strong standing profile. Two, you need to have traction. Are people already using it? You've found a solution to a problem. Who is using it? If people are using it and then the investor looks into the market and sees that people are actually using it, they know that you are credible. And these are things that Qwesi checks.
Okay.
You can't just come in and be like, oh, I need this. Qwesi will ask you, are you registered? Are you this? So you need, and besides, if you are serious to get an investor, you need to be a registered company. You need to have a product market fit. Make sure your startup, whatever you are building, is something people will patronize, not just building anything anyhow. You need to look into the competition. Are people already building it? What are you doing different from these people? Because he will ask you all these things.
Okay.
If you are not giving all the right answers, then you have to come back. So Qwesi will only introduce businesses, startups that have traction, that has high potential of making it at the end of the day. So it's not just everyone.
That would go
that's
through.
That's one thing we've tried to do.
And then are you going to make it into an app? Because at the moment it's just voice. So you have to call. Was it intentional to make it a call one instead of doing an app?
A lot of people don't have access to internet. It's easier to talk. And also we are trying to change the language to also Twi, different languages.
So it's easier for them to express.
The person who is illiterate in English can call and speak their Twi and still be able to find investor. So I think it's because his voice is much easier to actually just talk about whatever it is that you are building.
What do you think one of the toughest challenges for you as an entrepreneur setting up your business in Ghana?
Finances is hard, because then you have to put in the money. For example, I recently started a restaurant. We opened in December.
Oh.
Yes, in Kumasi.
Oh, what's the name?
Kumasi Spice.
Hey, I love it.
Yes. Kumasi Spice Restaurant. It's actually located in Santase, right?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
The food is very good.
Oh, then I need to go there.
Yeah, very good. But the problem is, whenever you start a restaurant, for me, we wanted to build a franchise, right? So with stuff like that, you need an investor to also come in and invest in your restaurant so you can give them some equity of so you can expand it.
Right.
If not, you're just gonna be stagnant. You will stay there and hopefully you get money, but it takes years.
Yeah.
No, for restaurant, it takes years before you actually start seeing raw profit. But if you get investors, it's much easier to just skyrocket the business and open other branches. Having access to investors is also very, very hard in this country. That is why we came out with the Qwesi, so that those who have money. In the US, as long as you make over $100,000 a year, you are more than qualified to be an investor.
Okay.
So in Ghana, I don't know if there are limits, but I think people should really look into this and start investing. For example, Pizza Man, Chicken Man, whoever invested in them is probably making a lot of profit because now they are everywhere.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's gonna be the next big thing, like Facebook, Instagram, Amazon. And until we start investing in these startups, we're still gonna depend on the government for jobs. In the US, it's most of these startups that provide jobs for the people.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in university, and right in third year, so many companies came and they were literally begging students to apply for their jobs. As doctors, we receive emails every day with companies looking for physicians. And you come to Ghana and it's hard because everyone is hoping they get a government job. When they have ideas that can employ thousands of people.
It's true.
But they need investors.
They do need investors. You're right. I think, and then when you look at some of the loans are very high in terms of interest rate. But I think we're getting there. It's getting better because we are having people that are investing in companies now. And so I think as more of us diasporans come back, we'll be able to also invest in some of these companies. But from Dr. AI, Quasi Spice, what's next?
Create a legacy that if 100 years from now, if I'm dead and gone, people will still remember me. Like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So whatever I think I can do to create jobs for people and also to help the nation, provide investors and stuff like that, that's my goal right now.
What are your message to diasporans who are in the US who feel very disconnected to Ghana? What would your message be to them?
I would advise them to start building something, a business.
They build homes and they never live in it.
No, exactly.
Our parents, they started building their homes and it's empty or it's with family members. They don't come and enjoy it.
And it's funny because the kids that you are building these homes, they don't come here. They will never live here.
They won't even stay in that type of house.
Exactly.
They want a different type of house.
For example, if my parents build a house, what am I going to do with? Because I'm also living my life. I'm also trying to build my own house. So what exactly am I going to do with their house? Nothing. But if they build a business, I can take over the business, the company, and help expand it. So I believe building houses is good, but even if you build a house, make it an apartment at least. Make it an Airbnb to get money while you are there. Don't just build a house, put someone in, and they are enjoying the house and you are there struggling, living in one bedroom apartment, which is very common. So what I would say is start building a company, start building a business, start planning on moving back. Keep bringing your kids here once every year so that they get used to the environment. So at least when they grew up, they will return. A lot of people are not returning because their parents never brought them here. So they are stuck. They don't know Ghana. One of my cousins, he is more Ghanaian than everyone on TikTok, but he's never been to Ghana.
Are you serious?
Yes, he's always promoting Ghana. The day before I came, I saw him and I told him I have to bring him. But he's more pro-Ghanaian than even me.
My goodness. Yeah. So people will say, okay, Dr. Paul, I've built something. They haven't managed it well. I'm sure there was a struggle with your restaurant, getting the staff. There's challenges. So some people also back home are like, I'm tired. I might as well just work here and then come and bring my small money and enjoy it, and not build anything. What would you say to that?
It's the way you treat the people. For example, when I came to Ghana, I brought them, my people close to me. Whatever I eat, they eat. Whatever I wear, they wear. I treat them special. So when they go back to Kumasi and they start, in their mind, they will know that I have good intentions for them. So whatever they do it out of their heart. But if you come to Ghana, you don't treat them well, you are living in the AC, they are living in a very unconducive environment.
Right.
They will think you are okay. So they also need to build something. You are there enjoying and they are the ones suffering. So they also have to take some of the money out to do their own thing.
Are you enjoying though? You're working hard to bring the money down. So they don't see what you go through in the UK or the US.
Yes.
People are working 3, 4, 7 jobs, right?
Yes.
And they are bringing money back home to build something for employment for you. But some of them won't treat you right.
Yes.
Or if you're too nice to them, then they start coming for, my dad is sick, my mom is sick, my house is, but this, that, and it's like, it becomes a burden. A lot of diasporans are also going through this and they're like, you know what, I'm tired.
It happens. A lot of people tell me that all the time, but everyone is different. Okay. And in Ghana, there is going to be a time the mindset will change. Back in the days, there was no social media. So, people will come from the US and they will be dressing so nice, looking so good, and they will think they are in heaven. Right. But now with social media, people are being vocal. They are literally telling Ghanaians that they are struggling. Yeah. They have to do 3, 4 jobs to bring the money down here. So there is awareness being created. And I'm sure those who are here, they are beginning to understand what those abroad are going through. So when they bring the money down here, they will manage it. But it doesn't mean we should stop investing. If we stop, then the mindset will become stagnant. But if we keep going, the mindset will change, and God will. And I believe if you have a clean heart, God always brings you the right people to help you manage, whatever you are building.
Absolutely. So I have some quick questions that I'm going to ask you. If today was your last day on earth, what unfinished idea would you regret not completing?
My goal in life is to die empty.
Wow. Just fulfill, take everything out that...
Like Jesus said, it is finished. Right. If I die knowing I've done everything I'm supposed to, what I will regret is I haven't made much impact, especially with Qwesi. My goal is that by the end of every year through Qwesi, we should be having almost 1,000 companies being opened in Ghana. And with each company employing more people. If I can get that done and I die empty. But for now, I feel like there is still a lot I haven't fulfilled.
Okay. What advice would you give a 19-year-old who wants to be a doctor or someone that wants to set up a tech company?
Doctor, they shouldn't do it.
Hey! Why?
It's too long. It's too long. The journey it took me 15 years because in the US it's different. You go to, excluding high school, university is 4 years. Let's say you do master's degree for another 2 years, 6 years. Medical school, another 4 years. And then after that, residency training for surgical specialties, 4, 5 years. Neurosurgery, 7 years. So you are looking at 12 to 15 years of your life just learning. And the school is hard. Medical school is really, really hard. We have the highest suicide rate. Yes, I had a classmate who committed suicide.
My goodness.
My personal friend died from heart attack, and he was Ghanaian.
Oh.
Because, he couldn't pass one of the exams, and it was weighing him down. It was stressing him.
Mental health.
Mental health. Even me personally in med school, there was one time I shut down. I locked the doors, and I was losing my mind. Because the material just keep coming and coming and coming and coming. And when you finally finish reading, more is coming. And you can't breathe, it suffocates you. And then you come out there and people don't even appreciate you. Especially as a black man, they still don't even appreciate the work. I would say for them to go into physician assistant, nurse practitioner, nursing, whatever, but unless it's your calling, I don't think you should do it because it will really wear you down. But they should be ready to learn. At the age of 19, they should be ready to learn and sacrifice 10 to 15 years of their life.
Wow.
If they can't do that, they shouldn't.
So fast forward, in 20 years' time, what would you want people to say about you?
In 20 years' time, I want people to say I'm one of the people who helped create jobs in the country. Because with Qwesi AI, that's the whole point. I believe with Qwesi AI, we can help create more jobs. It makes me sad when Ghanaians think life is all about leaving Ghana to go abroad. Yeah. I literally went to a hospital few days ago, and even the doctors are finding ways to leave the country. Every person you talk to wants to leave the country.
My goodness.
Who is going to be here in the next few years? You know, but if we can create more jobs, why would they want to leave? If they are getting paid by the hour, not just monthly salary, which is how we get paid in the US.
Okay.
You get paid based on how many hours you work every day.
Okay.
All right. So you put in more hours because you are getting paid.
more.
Right, in Ghana, whether they work 24 hours or 2 hours, they are still getting paid. So we need to create more jobs so people can stay and cherish our country. Because Ghana is a blessing. When you stay in the US and you come back, you realize that this place is heaven and abroad is hell.
Right.
Especially if you don't go to school and have a well-established job.
Yeah.
You'll be working 3-4 jobs.
You still won't be living your
Won't be
life.
enough. All your money will go in your bills and you'll be depressed.
My goodness. So there's a lot of depression outside that people don't realize.
Qwesi is also going to help with depression. If you are depressed, you call Qwesi. It's a phone number.
Okay.
He's an AI. He will talk to you. He will calm you down.
Act like a therapist or?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an AI. The goal of Qwesi is to connect people and also be your friend. Qwesi is the friend that you've never had, right? That friend that you can talk to about everything, whatever you want. And he will never forget because AI has memory. Right. So when you ask him to refer you back to the conversations you had last week, he just has to take it and tell you whatever you guys discussed. Compared to human, I don't even know what I was doing yesterday by this time, unless I really think a week from now,
Forgotten.
So I've forgotten, but AI doesn't forget.
Okay.
And that's what we are trying to do.
That's fantastic. Well, brilliant ideas. Yes. We're hoping that Qwesi AI will be a global voice app that people can access everywhere.
Yes.
Well done to all the support that you're giving young people. But what is your last thing that you were to say to the youth of Ghana?
To the youth of Ghana, I would say there are a lot of opportunities in Ghana. They just have to take their time. You don't have to travel to make it. You can make it in Ghana. How do you make it in Ghana? Look for problems. If you find a solution to that problem, people will use it. So just look for problems. We literally spoke about some of the problems. Yeah. X-ray. Maybe work something menial and buy one X-ray machine. You get the AI to interpret. You can have connection with a radiologist to come also proofread it. We just need to find problems and find solution to these problems. And there are a lot in Ghana. If they are looking for problems, they should come to me. I have so many problems. And with that, they will make it because people will patronize it.
People will definitely patronize it. I just want to say a big thank you to Dr. Paul Amissah for joining me on the Diaspora Conversation Podcast. I hope you have enjoyed the conversation. I will see you next time.